Hello, it's March now. My daughter's birthday was in March, and I miss her. She died. I'll tell you a little bit about her. She was very passionate. She was beet red when she was born. Some babies are kind of purple or blue, or maybe even, need a little tickle on the foot to be held upside down. Then they breathe. She was kind of there yelling. The doctor swept his finger through her mouth to make sure the mucus was out, and she bit him. And he said, "Oh, she bit me." But she was kind of angry and protective all at the same time of me, of her. She was passionate. Then later, when she was maybe 4, maybe older, 6, maybe 5, 6 years old maybe, my sister drank a lot of coffee, and my sister would drink a lot and then drink coffee and wake up and would say, like, the coffee maker's thinking and I cannot function without my coffee. And so one time I had my coffee, and then it was, I was going to dress her for school. So I went to her, I sat her on the floor and said, "I just haven't had my morning cup of coffee," and I took her sock and I put it on her hand, and I looked at it like, no, that's not right. And then I took her mitten and put it on her foot, put her mittens on her feet. No, that's not right. I need my coffee. I just can't function. And she was chortling, which is a laugh, a chortle. It was so wonderful. And I miss her a lot. At that time, we had a cat named Tilly. And Tilly was a blind and deaf Persian, long hair Persian. She didn't go very far. I would move the furniture around, and she'd put up with me pretty well. And she did enjoy very much just sitting. That's Persian, the Persian cat. And when she was very old, she got very sick. I think after the autopsy, they said she had that her pancreas had cancer. That she had pancreatic cancer, but she had. I pulled out the credit card and said, "Save her," because she was so beautiful to me, and that Anna and I, my baby, had such a beautiful time that we put a little pointed hat on Tilly's head and our heads. Played fairy princess with Tilly. And that was hard for me because she was such a wonderful cat. When I would give her the diabetic needle, that she would really feel health and that she would come to me automatically. I mean, she was blind and deaf, and she would come to me at the time when her needle was ready. Anyhow, so anyway, yeah, I'll tell you a story about Anna. There was some Chinese influence, a lot of Chinese influence in my life, in her life. And, more in mine than in hers, although very similar, the same. More in hers than in mine. Then, after Tilly expired, then, I just wasn't going to get a cat anymore. I was done. No more pets. I had enough of that. And my friend Paul Stocky came to me and said, I found your cat. Your cat is right here," and pointed at the newspaper. The advertisement said, like, "Little cat, come get the cat." So I packed Anna up and we went and got our new cat. That was about 6 months later after Tilly expired. This little tiny cat, her name was Sassy Baby, they said, because she was they didn't tell me, but they called her Sassy Baby. Anyway, she was probably about 3 months to 6 months old. I mean, she was really young. She was pregnant. Like, it's not funny. Somebody must have thrown her out the car window in the snowbank, and she found a fluffy, cat, and that she went into heat, and they didn't tell me, or I would have had a difficult time taking her, because then there were 6 kittens, and Sassy Baby, which was baby, and because the mom had called out the door, come on baby, and she had run into the house, the lady who had given the cat to me. And 6 kittens later, and they were giant kittens, giant fluffy kittens. They all looked the same, and they were all boys. But I didn't know that. They all looked the same. I didn't know they were all boys. Thought one was a girl. They were very young when they were placed elsewhere. Lily was what I named one of them. This couple came with adopted children and said, we'd like to adopt a kitten. And I just was like, I can't give you this kitten, This is my kitten, you can't. I put my hand out, and I said Lily, and they said that's what we were going to name her. But anyway, Lily was probably a boy. I'm sure Lily was a boy. George and Ollie were the cats. And George had a little crooked tail. And I said, well, okay, they're all going up for adoption. You can keep one, Anna. And she said, okay. But I want 2. I want this one too. And she picked up George. And I looked at her like, this is the oldest one and the youngest one. I said, if you keep him, we'll have to eat him. Because we would run out of money. And I would love the cats, and I had just paid a whole bunch of money that my brother paid or something. Somebody paid money, paid off my credit card, and I said, if you keep this cat, we're going to have to eat him. So Anna looked at me and said, let's see, what did she say? I said, what, let me see, I can't tell a good joke. I said, what's his name? Before I said, we have to eat him. I said, what's his name? And she said, Oreo, because he was black and white. And I said, then we'll have to eat him. I said, Oscar, and she said, Oscar Mayer Wiener. And his name was George. It was difficult for me to have cats because I kept being removed from my home, and the cats had me there and then didn't have me there, and I should not have pets. I'm really clear on that. I would love to have a pet. I don't even take care of plants anymore very well, but I couldn't focus on the attention for the love of the pets and the care and concern they needed as much as I wanted, because I kept being removed from where I was and placed somewhere else. and that it was a decision I made a long time ago not to have pets. Ollie, the oldest one, got rabies, and George was just, I had to say goodbye to him. And this was quite a few years ago. I knew what I should do, and I really knew what I should do before the rabies and before George left. I thought, okay, I'm going to rent them. I'm going to tell the vet at the pet boarding place that I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to pay a whole bunch of money, and then I'm never coming back there. Then they got the pets, because when I tried to give them away in the newspaper, it was too difficult. The one person called me and said, "Just give me your cat." I couldn't do it. Anyway, they were lovely. They were really wonderful. So, anyhow, I'm boring myself again. All right, the key word is, what was it? Amparo. Amparo. There is habeas corpus. Habeas corpus would be that to have the body of the person accused presented in front of the judge or in court. And amparo is a Mexican or Spanish or Portuguese word. In Mexican law, it will, for a small fee, for a small price, or to a lawyer, be not a defense, but will be a presentation of law to say if someone in authority position is doing harm, that amparo would be presented at a very inexpensive price, that the harm done would have to stop. And so that's where I'm at, I think. I'm pretty sure of that, but anyway, habeas corpus, you see, CAMH has information. They have videos, facial recognition videos of us inside CAMH and outside of CAMH, all the clients, whatever, prisoners. They have voice patterns. They have inside, they have little speaker things, little recording devices, and they patch them together in conversations and such, given case scenarios. And they do research, asking families what the families can tell about the people and ask the people questions. And then they put this like a holographic image in a computer, and then they run case scenarios. This is so I'm lucrative and purposed. There's no point for my health, really, at all. This is for the benefit of society or not. They put in a case scenario and the outcome's going to be a certain way. And then if you present a certain outcome, then you get a pat on the head and a little bit of food a lot. And what they do with this research is adapt society, or all sorts of people change a lot. Change is not good unless you're a baby's diaper, right? Bye-bye.